Hi, ladies. It is week 7, day 1, and we are looking at pages 46 and 47 today for our lesson. It is May 18th, and our learning target today is I can evaluate expressions with parentheses, brackets, and braces. So this is a trip down memory lane. We're going to be doing a review lesson today. You should already have some background knowledge using PEMDAS and those order of operations. So this is just going to be kind of a quick review. All right, so take a look at number 1. So on number 1, it says explain the steps involved in evaluating the expression. And just a reminder, an expression does not have an equal sign. So you'll notice that this does not have an equal sign. An equation equals something. So that would have an equal sign. An expression does not. Over here on this side, I have listed our order of operations. Remember, P is for parentheses, E is exponents, which we don't really use much of. Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Remember, multiplication and division can be done in the order that you see them, same as addition and subtraction. So if subtraction comes first in the problem, you want to make sure that you're doing that first. So looking at number 1, first thing that we want to do is we want to look at our problem and see what is the innermost parentheses. So if we're trying to find the innermost parentheses, what is it that we would be doing first? So looking at this problem, the first thing that we would want to make sure to do is find 4 plus 2. So we want to figure out what the answer of 4 plus 2 is. After we find 4 plus 2, then we're going to go to the next set of parentheses, and that's going to be your brackets. So whatever we get for 4 plus 2, then we would subtract 1. Okay, so we find 4 plus 2, which gives us 6. Then we're going to subtract that 1. So now we're down to 5. So now that we've done 4 plus 2 minus 1, the last thing that we're going to do is then multiply by 3. So really, we're taking whatever's inside here, which is 4 plus 2 minus 1. So 4 plus 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. And then we're going to take 5 and multiply it by 3, which means our answer is 15. So on number 2, it says, would the value of 12 minus 4 divided by 4 plus 1 change if the parentheses were removed? So if I took these parentheses away, would my answer or the value of this expression change, and why? So if I took away the parentheses around 12 minus 4, we have to think about what the order of operations would be for this problem. And if you notice, the first thing that we would have to do is that division, which would be 4 divided by 4. So if our parentheses change, we would have to do a different set of numbers first, which would then change the problem. So this would be 1. 12 minus 1 is 11, plus 1 is 12. In this case, we're taking 12 minus 4, which is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. So if you notice, changing those parentheses or taking the parentheses out does affect the end value. So yes, without the parentheses, you would divide first, and the value would be 12 instead of 3. So without those parentheses, our value changes from 12, or changes from 3 to 12. All right, so on 3 through 6, we're going to go through and just kind of practice solving these problems. Looking at number 3, we have 7 times 6 minus 1 plus 100. So thinking about this problem, we have to decide what is it that we would be doing first. So you want to look at those innermost parentheses because the first thing is parentheses. So we would do 6 minus 1, which gives me 5. And then I want to bring everything else down, including my brackets or parentheses that are left over. So right now I have 7 times 5 in brackets plus 100. So we know we have to do the brackets first. Our brackets give us 35. And then we're going to take that 35 and add it to 100, which is a simple fact we can do in our head, which gives me 135. Next one, we have no parentheses, brackets, or braces. Remember, braces are going to be like those little squiggly lines. They look like this one on number 6. So we don't have any parentheses, brackets, or braces. So we have to look at our order of operations first to decide what we need to do first. So we don't have any parentheses. We don't have any exponents. Do we have multiplication or division? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my parentheses around that so that I know I want to do it first. So 4 times 3 gives me 12. I want to bring everything else down. And now I'm left with just taking 17 plus 12. 7 plus 2 gives me 9. 1 plus 1 is 2. So my answer is 29. All right, looking at number 5, looking to see if we have those parentheses, starting at the top of our order of operations. So we have parentheses. 8 plus 1 gives me 9. Now bring everything else down. Because if we're not bringing everything else down, it's possible we're going to make a mistake. So right now we have 9 plus 9 times 7. So now we need to ask ourselves, do we have parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yes. So we want to do that first. So 9 times 7 is 63. And then we're going to take 63 and we're going to add 9. And if we have 63 plus 9, we end with 72. All right, lastly, number 6. This has brackets, braces, and parentheses. So we want to make sure we're really paying attention to what we're doing on this problem. So if we have, we want to start with the innermost parentheses. So we want to kind of look at these braces, go into the brackets, and then start in these parentheses. So 4 times 3 gives me 12. Now you want to bring down your bracket and your brace, and then all of your digits. All right, so now we want to go inside of those brackets. 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. Bring everything else down. So we've used this. So now I have a brace plus 3, my end brace, and then we're going to times by 6. And I know that kind of looks like a 3, so we'll talk through that. So now we have inside these braces 6 plus 3, which gives me 9. And then I'm going to bring everything else down. 9 times 6 is 54. So just a reminder, it's very important that you're bringing everything down as you finish so that you know what you have left. All right, so you should be looking at a whole new expression every single time like I did here. So I started here, brought everything that was left down. Then I did this expression, eliminated what I used, created a new expression. So it's extremely important that you're bringing everything down so that you can kind of keep track of where you're at and what problem or what numbers you've used. All right, so for your independent practice, we'll do number 7 together as an example, but then you're going to be completing 8 through 21 on your own. So looking at number 7, it's kind of breaking it down for you and showing you what you need to do. So it's already brought down the 8 and the multiplication symbol and the division symbol and the 2 to kind of show you that these two things need to be brought down because you're going to be solving this first. So 4 plus 3 gives me 7. And then it's showing you that you're bringing this division and 2 down because in this problem, you're going to do the multiplication first. So that 8 times 7 will be completed first. And then 8 times 7 gives me 56. And then you have your divided by 2, and then you end with your answer 28. So basically, you're just going to be kind of going step by step to solve these problems. And then 10 through 21, you can complete on your own. The next page is page 47. 47, you have 8 review questions. These are all types of questions that we've done before. This is all review. Just a reminder, if you are struggling on a question, make sure you're bringing it to our Zoom meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as reaching out with any questions you might have, or going back and looking on YouTube for any of our previous lessons where maybe we talked about some of these different types of problems. So please make sure that you are completing pages 46 and 47 today. Once you are finished with your practice, you're going to be going to Pearson Realize for your assessment today. So our assessment is going to be, let's see, 5-18-20 quick check. Oops. And that is going to be on pearsonrealize.com. So please make sure that you are going after you finish your independent practice today and going to pearsonrealize.com and completing 5-18-20